Okay, welcome. This is CaptJacSparo, and we are building tonight. Hopefully the music isn't too loud. Let's click that play button. So I can hear myself just fine. It's a little bit closer. Let's do that. Wow, that's actually kind of loud. This can go out of here. I don't need that no more. You need to turn the music down. It's loud. Let's try that. All right, so it is what I'm just calling build night. It's been build night since forever now. I have quite literally been building and building. I've built more than I've played the game, which is kind of funny. Why am I not seeing this thing? Working. Probably end up having to start the whole stream over again just because of this. Hopefully not. There we go. All right. So now that I fixed Streamlabs, let's refresh good old YouTube and Twitch so I can see chat, because I have still yet to find a good overlay for chat. I'd like my chat to be on anywhere on this screen that the stream is on. Any other screen is not conducive to seeing it. So anyway, you guys didn't come here to sit here and listen to me whine and moan about that. All right, so update. where are we? Oh, that's a J. Randall ship. So, I need to. I need to wake up. Just getting inspiration. 1369. Okay, yeah, that was the Leviathan. So update. So as you can see, there's my carrier, mine and Nova's carrier. We've been working on this carrier for a long time. We'll get into that in a second. So where are we at? So we've gone over the Harrower, we've gone over the Raza. This is the new ship. This is the one that I'm currently showing a lot of effort in, aside from the carrier. I now have two different versions, Reforged Eden and Reforged Eden Atlantis. And then, so this is based off of a 40k faction that I'm trying to give some time and attention to. I think personally, my own thoughts, it's one of the most gorgeous ships I've ever built. The ship has the most detail built into it. I mean, the Harrower's got a lot of deco and a lot of stuff in it, but this is the one that has the most detail. Give a quick run through, and then we will start building. So let's see. Come in here, and you're immediately in the galley. It's just a galley, nothing super special, no hidden treats or hidden secrets, or just a galley. Because, well, this is a warship. You got the fabrication room again. It's so tight and cramped in here that that's the only deco I could do. There's really not a lot of deco you can do. Oh, and that in a room that doesn't have, that has what, 3, 6, 9, like 20 blocks, 30 blocks that you can work with on the floor. Going to the bridge, there's a little bit of stuff that you can do in here. I give some storyline, some crew. I give some storyline of the ship, the battles it's been in, some instructional stuff. That's a drone hatch. It's got a very good panoramic you can see out of. I kind of wish it was a little bit higher. Like if we could place on half blocks, that would be awesome, but we can't. So it's not. I do need to flip that door over. Okay. So, and I don't, that's weird. That's a weird sound. There's no, I don't think there's a thruster near me. Why am I hearing those right there are the closest thrusters to me? And then there's big thrusters on the back, which they don't leave that pod. Why am I hearing thrusters like crazy? There's a whole air gap between us and the next thruster. Okay, so that's weird. Come down here. We've been through there. We've been through the galley. Oh, by the way, just to point it out as I throw my mouse on my mouse pad, there's only 2 fridges in this. Only 2 fridges. No misunderstanding, misconstruing, misdefining. Only 2 fridges. All right, we got a generator room with your backup shield generator. These are all just generators. In Reforged Eden Atlantis, we can do, I think, 1 more layer above the top tier of Reforged Eden. Maybe 2, depending on the item. I should really do a walkthrough on this because I don't see hardly any people playing this. Oh yeah, so we can do the large generator tier 3. So you've got the small the regular generator, the large generator, the tier 3 generator, because obviously that's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. So that would be actually tier 4. And then you can do the matter generator, which is a black hole generator. Off to the side, you could do a radioscopic or radioisotope generator, which is a passive. It uses no fuel, but the tax that you pay is if you pick it up, it breaks. It turns into a regular large generator. So you can't pick them up. Even to the point I don't think creative can get them. So even if you were to try to place them. No, you can. Okay, I'm in creative looking at it. I woke up like half an hour ago, so cut me some slack. So we can still do some upgrades in here. We can upgrade the generators, and their generators all the way across the board because boy, she needs it. You got some storage again, storage with deco. I do that a lot. I'm kind of stepping away from that and seeing that even deco, even boxes, they use power. So, do they use a CPU as well? It does not say on that. I know the container controllers do. Yeah, see, they use a watt a piece, so I mean that's 45 watts. Not counting if these were boxes as well, but I don't see CPU on these. So they don't use, oh, they do. The big ones use 10 and the little ones use 5. So, I mean, if you're looking to squeeze every last dime out, those are bathrooms behind those shutters. Then look at your boxes because you can paint boxes that are crates, whatever. You can, with the paint tool, you can make your own box. Okay. Okay. So this room hasn't changed since I released the ship. This generator, except two things. There's a door there and an LCD, and then in here there's a little bit more explanation. I'll let you guys go ahead and read that. If you want, hit pause. But it explains a little bit more about the CPU issue in this ship. This ship was built in Reforged Eden Atlantis, so it's tuned for Reforged Eden Atlantis. That means the 153 turrets that are on it, you could really tone them down. I mean, look at all the artillery. You don't need that much artillery. You can have it. It's on there now. It's called a loadout. Okay? Ships in giant militaries like the United States or China or Russia, they do loadouts. If humanity ever got to building these ships, we'd be doing loadouts. This ship gets this loadout because it's going on this mission, kind of thing. Anyway, so this here, again, I'll let you guys read this real quick. If you guys want to read it, just hit pause and read it. Behind this door is just a little gag, but I'm going to go around because I don't want people to see the test that is there, but I do want them to see the room that I've added. This was not finished when Lifeforce did his review. So when he said, I'm surprised you don't have a cathedral-like giant room. Well, I do now. I do now. And there's all your 3 fusion reactors. They're specifically for these. So you can put a 3rd fusion reactor in here. And honestly, other than that, this room is just deco and shield parts and reactors. That's it. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then up in the bottom of this is 7. Because when I build the large shield parts into the ship, I do 4 capacitors and 3 chargers. I don't do a full complement because the charge rate on that setup right there is good enough for me. So that's the interior of the ship. I've filled a lot of the voids. I would say 80 to 90% of the voids are filled with plastic. So the plastic cost has gone up, unfortunately. But the other thing you can do to drop CPU and size class is take the lights off the ship. It's really lit up. There's 100 plus lights on here. I think like 180 lights. So the other two shield parts are in these wings. And I've done them the best I can so you could find them very easy. And this is mirrored on the other side. So, I mean, pretty much from anywhere in this wing, you would know what goes in here. And that's what's on that plaque on the core, is to add those to the add the shields to the wing. But yeah, so this is the Mephisto. And the other one that I've made here, the REA, I'm going to start differentiating between the two, because Reforged Eden, I fired this thing up in Reforged Eden and it tanked. It only had tier 2 generators, but it tanked big. So I've refitted this one for Reforged Eden Atlantis and this one for Reforged Eden, except I never took the guns off of this one. You guys can do that in creative. Rip the guns off, add more shields if you want, put guns back on. Build your own loadout, because it's literally just those two things, and this ship is ready to go. I haven't put it up against a Torvarer class yet. I haven't figured out the commands for the AI, but yeah, other than that, that is the Mephisto. Good evening, Nova.
Hello.
We've gone over the Raza. I think you can figure out I'm streaming right now.
Yeah, I figured.
We've gone over the Harrower, all in previous streams. I'm gonna probably do this kind of layout, this setup, more than not. Where if I've gone over it in the past in a live stream, in a build update, I'm just gonna look at it. That's its name. We've gone over it, kind of thing. I don't want to spend a lot of time in ships that I haven't updated anything in, and they're not the focus of my brain, because my brain works in that weird, mysterious way, if you consider it working. We've gone over these. This is the FOB refit. That's the FOB 100% scratch by me. Ignore those over there. That is Papa Smurf's, Bad Papa Smurf's beer cooler. And if anything needs an explanation, it's this, but I'm not going to give it to you. You're going to have to go watch the video. This is a sled. If you don't know what a sled is, it's back to that loadout, like I was saying. You have a loadout, you insert it into the ship, and that ship then is mission ready. Where this is everything you need, minus these, because these are obviously not what you need. Everything you need for a large capital vessel. In the thrusters, they're barely capable of doing what needs to be done. I've only used this sled once, and it was used in the Harrower. And then I'm building another sled here for landing gear. Built this landing gear for the giant carrier that we're working on. And I needed to be able to take it from the back to the front and incorporate it into the front so it had matching landing gear. Let's see. Working backwards, we've got the Cumulus Corsair. I've done a walkthrough video on this. The note on that one is, I thought I had a pallet out here. So, excuse me. You have sleds and you have pallets. A sled is a loadout. A pallet is something that you would add to a ship, like cargo. Where this one, you would spawn this sled or this pallet in, pick up all the items, go into the back of the ship, remove all of these boxes because don't need them, and build the whole thing back in here. And then you get a advanced constructor in an SV. I need to talk to, I believe it's Filbert, and see if he'll let me put this on the workshop. Yeah, I got to see if Filbert will let me put that on the workshop, because this thing is a beast when it comes to mining. This will delete an asteroid's resources in less than a minute. But it's a huge difference in the two ships between mine and Filbert's version, because his was one way with this same layout and thruster layout. Everything else about the ship is different, except this design of this little shelf right here. I've changed everything more than once, because I lost all of my I lost all of my ships when I lost a bunch of files. So anyway, so yeah, I need to talk to Filbert about that. I need to find out who owns the farm up in space that's attached to the bottom of the space station version of the FOB, so I can release that. Here we got the Hades. This was my first SV. I'm not going to go through it a huge amount, but I like it. It's cute. It's very detailed. First drop on the workshop would be the Flat Earther. This was a Spange retrofit. Had his permission to drop it on the workshop. And it took off. It actually has the most subs and the most views out of all of my ships. And it's probably 3 or 4 years old. The one that's not on the workshop here is the Naked Mole Rat. It's a cheap HV that I'll be adding. I mean, it takes 2,200 carbon substrate, but everything else it's not starter. Don't get me wrong, it's not starter, but it's cheap. And in the back here, you get all the accoutrements. You get a O2 station. You get your storage. You get armor locker. You get a constructor. Yeah, it's not bad. Mainly, I use it for POIs. I'll spawn in a special one that's a deconstruction version, where it has one turret and then one GAT turret, or a multi-turret and a GAT turret. And then when I'm done with it, I'll pick it back up and put it back in the factory. The Ferrari Spider, named by Karpika, who's one of my followers and my friends, and she came up with the name. We built this in about 2 hours on the live stream, and it's actually not doing too bad on the workshop either. Another one where it's got a lot of stuff in the rear. It's got a health station right there, oxygen, one fridge. You got your harvest controller and container controller, constructor. Wait, is that? No, that's. I thought that little green thing was the oxygen tank. No, that's back there. But that's the you kind of got to crouch to get in here and get the O2. But that's the healing station. If you do crouch and you just kind of nudge yourself forward, it does kind of lock you into that spot, and you don't need to crouch no more. But yeah, that's the Ferrari Spider. Kind of took a car vibe in this one. But I did take her out and mine away. I did a whole video on this. Check it out on and check out the mining mode, because I explained mining mode in that video as well. This one needs to hit the workshop. I keep saying it needs to, but I need to paint it. I find myself never painting this thing. This was inspired by Raccoona and his smaller version of the, I can never remember the name, so I'm going to give up and not try. It's like the 5th time I've explained it. I've already done a walkthrough on this ship multiple times, so I will leave it at that. This will hit the workshop eventually, probably within the next couple of weeks. And then we have this guy. It may keep the current name, it may not keep the current name, but this has so much inspiration in it from other builders, other ships. This is, I want to say, about 5 years in the making. This was made by made by Nova and myself, used on multiple servers, mothballed, used on multiple servers, retrofitted, mothballed, and then it's sat. And it's mainly because of this. Its footprint is massive. You could park CVs on it. I mean, that's a CV right there, and you could put a fleet of them. So I'm trying to chop up the deck and give it some uniqueness and some busyness. It needs some busy work. Gave it some landing gear. I love this landing gear. It works. I don't know if I get the same vibe as the rest of the people that look at it, but it looks busy. Okay. So that, and then we got the freight elevator, which these are examples of the containers that you can make that make it not so full of boxes. I'm going to start using those instead. Then we got, oh, Life Force chew me up for this. Leaving that untextured. That's okay, the ship's not ready to go. The ship's nowhere near ready to go. This ship is gutted. So this is the con tower hangars. It has all the accoutrements. This is in game by far. In game, I'm going to spend a lot of time on this, decoing this and painting it and getting it right. I've got to tune everything and get the CPU correct. I've got to get the loadout correct, and then the size class correct, because the size class is out of whack. So then you go through here, you get into the main heart of the ship, where you get to choose where you're going. I believe this was the mess hall. No, this is going to be crew quarters here. This is going to be the garden. So right off the bridge, because the bridge is up, just up there. Over here is going to be more crew. But if you go, I'm getting lost in my own ship. Nope, that's back in the, okay, I'm really getting lost in my own ship. What the heck? I was up late filling blocks, so who knows where I put stuff. It looks like I put stuff over a window right there. Okay. What did I do? That. Do that on the other side. Turn on symmetry. Oh, it's because I'm down one level. Okay. Okay, I got it. What are you? No, you can't go up. It won't let you. Why is that? Oh, okay. I remember. So this is the part of the deck that it goes to the bridge, part of the bridge that you go up that when you're in the bridge. This is a deployment room. This goes down and you end up choosing either sick bay, which, I mean, can't you tell it's sick bay? You can go back up, and then you can go back down. And this is going to be the mess hall, the officer's lounge, if you would. You go in here and drop down, And you got where some of the controls are starting to show. I need to put those back. You've got what I'm calling like the missile control room. I want to build like a little loader in here. I wanted to design this to where it looked like the missile pack, the insert for the missiles were being fueled, because like these could if you use your imagination, right? Those could be pumps, and they could be pumping fuel into this giant barrage of missiles that I don't think match these missiles in size. I just noticed that. See, like I said, I was building really late last night. So when you build really late and you